suppose this was the ultimate culprit of that latest bout of engine trouble, which is my rear engine mounts on both sides had lowered themselves due to vibration, and I hadn't checked them in quite a while. So the shaft essentially had the weight of the engine bearing down on it, out of alignment. A few hours since the fix, and I'm just going to tighten all the bolts. Well, check if there's any tightening to be done on the bolts. Hopefully they'll all still be pretty snug. Beautiful but busy anchorage just on Pontevedra. A couple of party boats around, and apparently the disco can kick up after dark again. We've had a few days of that in Galicia, but hopefully it won't be too bad. There is a kind of an onshore breeze that should mean that it carries the music away the other direction. Moving off this morning from Isla de Rosa. Gorgeous anchorage in there, but it's kind of very, very loud music off the beach. With the exception of last night, where Sunday night, and they finished up by midnight and we got a great night's sleep. It's a lovely morning, no fog really. We've about 10 miles to go down around and into Ria Pontevedra, which is the next ria down from Ria de Rosa. So we're sailing towards Ria Pontevedra. This is Isla Ons, which kind of protects the entrance to the ria. It's just offshore of it, and the ria is in there. We're coming down from San Vicente, which is a nice enough marina there with lovely beaches and a really, really beautiful walk around the headland. And we're heading for Combaro, which is supposed to be a beautiful sort of historic village town in Ria Pontevedra. More misty weather. Heading goose winged down Ria Pontevedra. So almost every house has these almost every house along the waterway at least has these little private slipways. So we're underway again. Really, really nice day. We're heading from Combaro down to Ria de Aldan, which is just a really small ria, or between Ria Pontevedra and Ria de Vigo. So we're going to anchor there for the night. So this is Safira, kind of full power really, in about 15 knots. With full sail up on a beam reach. So the Aries paddle out of the water for orca related reasons, just to give them one less target if they do decide to attack, which means a lot of hand steering in the rias, but that's kind of fine because it's nice for Sinead to get the feel of the boat, and it's nice for me to hand steer for a while because I tend to just stick the auto helm on or the Aries on and let the boat steer herself. But it's kind of fun to be at the helm, especially for like these 3-4 hour sort of days. It's perfect just helming for a while. It's sort of quite relaxing. So here's how you know where the rocks are in anchorages in Spain. You have helpful people who take take it upon themselves to stand as markers, which is great. There's another one over there. So after a bit of a bumpy night, we've woken up to pretty calm weather and a really beautiful anchorage here in Ria de Aldan. But I think we're going to head off this morning and head around the corner because that northerly is set to kick up again and blow into this ria. And it's going to make it pretty uncomfortable to stay at anchor here, pretty uncomfortable to get out. So we take the opportunity, as I see a couple other boats are doing as well, to get out of this place and head around to the Ria de Vigo, where we'll have a sort of a long northerly coast with loads of anchoring options with shelter from the northerlies. So I have all 50 meters of chain out last night. We're on our own in the anchorage, and I thought there's no point in having it in the chain locker, especially when there's a bit of a swell coming in and sort of steady 20 knot breeze blowing us. And we seem to settle absolutely fine. So pretty sloppy down here off this headland, heading down towards Ilsa's Seas, which we've got a permit to anchor off now, but we'll probably do it in a day or two when the wind is in a better direction. For the moment we're going around this headland and anchoring off Ensenada de Barra, which looks like a really, really nice beach, and yeah, should be really well sheltered from these northerlies. Stunning, busy but enormous anchorage here at Ensenada de Barra, so looking forward to getting in and getting the hook down. It looks like it'll be really sheltered and the beach looks absolutely stunning. So here we are in the anchorage in Ensenada de Barra. Beautiful long stretch of beach, which I won't focus on too much because it is a nudist beach. A couple of Irish boats. One came over earlier and said hello and then headed on to Cangas. Lovely village over there. So this is the beach Ensenada de Barra from the air. Really, really stunning. And that's Safira right down there in the middle of the anchorage. And we're looking up the Ria de Vigo towards Vigo there, the kind of built up area straight ahead. We're on a kind of a forest walk up to a lighthouse, and that's Isla Seas on ahead there, which we'll be going out to in the next couple of days. It looks like there's some gorgeous protected anchorages and sandy beaches and more forest walks. Another day, it's an extremely busy anchorage now. There's like literally 30 or 40 boats in it, but it's also enormous and stretches the whole length of the beach. So we're leaving today and heading towards Cangas, which is further up the Rio de Vigo, opposite Vigo, or a little before that, so it's only about half an hour away, 3/4 of an hour. So with the wind behind us the whole way, so we'll be able to just go on a nice broad reach or run up the Ria. Definitely be back to this place. It's been really lovely. The beach is incredible, and like it's totally undeveloped. There's nothing behind it except trees. This is Cangas, busy beach, which we're anchored basically just outside the Yellow Buoys. Wind is onshore, but lightening, and to be honest, it's supposed to be northerly, so it should spin around to offshore quick enough. There's Vigo over there, the other side of the Ria, and we should be there tomorrow. Well, we will be there tomorrow, hopefully, if they have space. But this is a nice anchorage. This is our first time anchoring 3 nights in a row. We need to do a bit more of this really, but yeah, there's been so many nice marinas, and you know, we've been enjoying the good food and general fun in Galicia. I've been here a month tomorrow, which is, it's absolutely flown by, and in that time, you know, I've basically come not particularly far down the coast, but from here on out we're going to be putting more serious miles on the keel, because there's just not that many places in Portugal to stop off.